Okay. Mhm. Yeah, I was thinking of, what to say, what to read, usually for these large classes that we hold together. We have all these materials ready to go, but, during this time I felt sometimes words just don't do justice for what we're experiencing. And it's okay to honor, the good, the bad, and the ugly experiences that we find ourselves in right now. And what I found, what we've all found, is that during this time when words just don't do justice, music really give life to those ineffable experiences. So we're so lucky to be joined by our dear friend Liz, co-creator of Base Coast, and just thank you for everything you do. Honestly, thank you for what you do, and however this continues to evolve, we're in it together in the grand scheme of things. So with that, I'd like to start our class together with a few very old Vedic mantras. And you don't have to know what they mean. Maybe you just want to listen and receive these sounds, and that's totally cool. I remember, when I was a young practitioner just getting into chanting, I would hear these chants and I would say, what does that mean? Can I have a translation? I never really logically understood what these meant. My teachers, from my very first teacher, Lori, who chanted to us, to Tina Pashumati, to Sharon and David and Norma, they would all say, you don't need to understand what it means. You just repeat it maybe a few thousand times, and then you'll understand what it means in here. So with that, I'd like to share some of these mantras with you guys today. Call and response. Doug, you guys will join in on Doug's response. And you just do your best. There's no right or wrong way, so long as you do it with an open heart and some love and some joy. That's all that matters. Find yourself a lovely seat, whether you're on the floor, maybe you're in a chair, whatever's a comfortable place. And look, we've got the birds joining us this morning. They always love to sing with us. See if you can elongate through the spine, close the eyes. Press the palms of the hands together in front of heart center. And let's start our time together with that beautiful sound of Om 3 times. Breathe in. Call and response. Sahana vavatu.
Sahana vavatu.
Sahano bunaktu.
Sahano bunaktu.
Sahaviryam.
Sahaviryam.
Karavavahai.
Karavavahai.
Tejasvinau.
Tejasvinau.
Vadita.
Vadita.
Mastuma.
Mastuma.
Vidvishavahai.
Vidvishavahai.
Shanno Mitra,
Shanno Mitra,
Sham Varunaha,
Sham Varunaha,
Shanno Bhavatva Yama,
Shanno Bhavatva Yama,
Shanna Indro,
Shanna Indro,
Bruhaspatihi,
Bruhaspatihi,
Shano Vishnu,
Shanno Vishnu,
Ruru Kramaha,
Guru Kramaha,
Namo Brahmane,
Namo Brahmane,
Namaste Vayo,
Namaste Vayo,
Twameva,
Tvameva,
Pratyaksham,
Pratyaksham,
Brahma Vadishyami,
Braha Vajishyami,
Ratam Vadishyami,
Ritam Vatishyami,
Satyam Vadishyami,
Satyam Vadishyami,
Tanmamavatu,
Tanma Bhavatu,
Tadvaktaramavatu,
Vatparamavatu,
Avatu Mam,
Avatu Mam,
Avatu Vaktaram,
Avatu Vaktaram,
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Asatoma,
Om Asatoma,
Satkamaya,
Satkamaya,
Tamasoma,
Tamasoma,
Jyotirgamaya,
Jyotirgamaya,
Mrityorma,
Mrityorma,
Amritam Gamaya,
Amritam Gamaya,
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Paramasya,
Om Paramasya,
Parabrahma Rishihi,
Param Brahma Rishi,
Paramatmata,
Paramatmata,
Devata,
Devata,
Daivi,
Dayavi,
Gayatri,
Gayatri,
Chandraha,
Chandraha,
Pranayami,
Pranayami,
Vinyogaha,
Viniyogaha,
Om Bhuhu,
Om Bhuhu,
Om Bhuvaha,
Bhuvaha,
Om Suvaha,
Om Suvaha,
Om Mahaha,
Om Mahaha,
Om Janaha,
Om Janaha,
Om Tapaha,
Om Tapaha,
Om Satyam, Om Tat Savitur Vareniyam,
Om Tat Savitur Vareniam,
Bargo O,
Bargo O,
Devasya Dhimahi,
Devasya Dhimahi,
Diyo Yona,
Diyo Yona,
Prachodayatu,
Prachodayatu,
Om Apo,
Om Apo,
Jyotir,
Jyotir,
Raso,
Raso,
Amritam Brahma,
Amritam Brahma,
Purvasuvaram,
Brahma
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Vande Gurunam,
Vande Gurunam,
Sharanam Avimbe,
Charanam Vinde,
Sandar Sheta,
Sandarchita,
Swatma Sukha Vapode,
Svatma Sukha Vabode,
Nishreyase,
Nishreyase,
Jangalekaya Mane,
Jangalkaya Mane,
Samsara Hala Hala,
Samsara Hala Hala,
Moha Shantye,
Mohashantye,
Abahu Purushakaram,
Abahu Purushakaram,
Shankha Chakrasi Dharinam,
Shankha Chakra Siddharinam,
Sahasra Shiri Samshvetam,
Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam,
Pranamami Patanjalim,
Pranamami Patanjalim.
Those beautiful vibrations with you throughout the duration of the practice and beyond. Let us begin to breathe in and out of the nose. In and out of the nose. See if you can start to constrict the back of the throat ever so slightly, creating a ever so slightly audible sound, almost like an oceanic sound. As we breathe in through the nose and back out through the nose, remember that the duration and the volume of the inhalations and exhalations remain the same. Never too fast, never too slow, just rhythmical throughout the entire practice. And remember this one idea here. The slower and the deeper we get the breath, the more profound the experience will be. Even if you don't do anything else today, but just simply sit or even lie down and breathe consciously for a few moments, sometimes that's the best thing you can do. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, let's breathe these 10 ujjayi breaths together. Exhale here, wherever you may be, resting the hands down in a comfortable place. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Breathe in. Breathe out. 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. Breathe in. Breathe out. 9. Breathe in. Breathe out. 10. See if you can internalize that count now. And place everything off to the side. Remember, you don't really need anything fancy for this practice. Of course, if you've got a mat, that's great. If you've got some props, that's great too, but you don't have to go out and buy anything fancy. Usually when we're at the radio stage, we're just practicing right on AstroTurf. But, I do have some blocks here for these guys. It might assist you, might not. If you don't have blocks at home, you just use what you have. Maybe you just use some cans. Cans work really well. Hello? You just use what you have. So that's going to be our beautiful curated today. And I'm just going to offer a few assists as we go along. So let's make our way into child's pose. Separate the knees nice and wide. Rest the forehead down on the ground. If that's difficult to do, remember you can always rest the forehead down on a pillow or a blanket, depending on how the shoulders are doing. You might extend the arms out in front of you. You might just rest them down by the sides. You do what is appropriate for you at any given moment. So do honor any injuries, whether they be new injuries or old injuries. Honor where you're at today. Remember, you can just do what you can. We'll offer many different modifications, and ultimately, through the practice of deep inner listening, you'll be able to identify what is appropriate for you at any given moment. So with that, let's again bring our awareness back to that breath. Make sure we're all synced up by means of breathing. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Extend the arms out in front of you if they aren't already, and lift the sit bones high enough to tuck the toes under as you extend back and up into downward facing dog. This inverted V shape, any small movements here like pedaling out the heels, shaking the head gently from side to side, up and down, just releasing in the head and the neck. See if you can press the right palm the left heel into the ground. And then the left palm, right heel into the ground. Now soften the knees here as you walk the feet forwards towards the hands. Keep the hands a good foot distance out in front of you. And this is where the blocks come in handy here. Right? You can place whatever you've got underneath the hands. Good. Separate the feet hip distance apart. See if you can spread all 10 toes. Lift them off the ground. And then release them, equally distributing the weight between both feet. Allow the head to hang heavy here. And if you've got any kind of low back issues, bend your knees more. This is the first forward fold of the practice, so you might bend the knees more. And if you've got any kind of injuries that you're rehabilitating, you might bend the knees so much so that you rest the abdomen and the rib cage on the thighs. 5 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Now stay in the forward fold as you heel toe the feet quite wide, mat distance apart. As you exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips down into your deep squat. You might use the elbows to prevent the knees from collapsing inwards, just as an option here, especially if you've got any kind of hip or knee issues. You might take something like a block, and maybe if you can lift your bum up just slightly, you might sit down on a block like that. That helps, especially if you've got any knee or hip issues. You might even be able to do this on a chair if you really need. So you need that for now. Gaze a few inches out in front of you, lengthen the spine, and breathe 5 breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. Breathe in, breathe out. 2. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Breathe in, breathe out. 4. Breathe in, breathe out. 5. Now extend the arms out in front of you to counterbalance and slowly sit down. Now bend the knees, plant the feet down on the floor, and then keep the thighs and the feet together here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, wrap the left arm around the shins and twist to the right side. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist a little bit more to the right, only moving as far as you can by means of breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. Breathe in, breathe out. 2. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Breathe in, breathe out. 4. Breathe in, breathe out. 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come back to center, and exhale, wrap the right arm around the shins and twist to the left side. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. Breathe in, breathe out. 2. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Breathe in, breathe out. 4. Breathe in, breathe out. 5. Inhale, come back to center, extend just the left leg out in front of you and cross the right foot on the outside of the knee. A slightly deeper twist here with some options. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist to the left. You might just wrap the arm around the front of the shin. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you might hook the elbow on the outside of the thigh. And any expecting mamas out there, you might just twist to the left, the opposite direction. Breathe in. Yeah, just like that. You've got a nice belly there. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Inhale, come back to center, de-rotate to the left first to unwind the spine. And then let's switch sides. Cross the left foot on the outside of the knee and inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Option to wrap the arm, maybe hook the elbow. And again, any mamas out there, you might twist to the right. Just like that. Yeah. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Rotate all the way to the right first to unwind the spine. And as we come back to center, plant the feet down on the floor, hip distance apart. Then bring the hands behind you, a good 10 inches, fingers facing forward. Puff up the chest and gaze straight ahead. Now, if you have any wrist, shoulder issues, you might just stay here with the buttocks on the floor. Otherwise, inhale, lift the hips up to the sky, knees over ankles, shoulders over wrists. And if you have any kind of neck issues, keep the chin glued to the chest. Okay. One of the things you can do here, just imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Good. 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. If it feels okay in the neck, gently extend the head back. But you don't want to whip it back, so move slowly by means of breathing. Breathe out, 3. Draw the chin to the chest, release. Sweep the legs around the back and come into your downward facing dog. Now try this movement here. Inhale as you come forwards to plank pose. 1 long line from the heels to the crown of the head, shoulders over elbows and wrists. Now first lower the knees to the ground, and slowly lower the chest between the hands and then the chin, keeping the elbows tucked in and the sit bones high to the sky. Then inhale, slide forward into low cobra, hug the elbows to the midline, point the toes, and exhale, press the sit bones to the heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Really good. Let's try that movement one more time. It'll be a staple in this practice. So inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Then exhale, first lower the knees, then the chest between the hands, then the chin. Sit bones high to the sky. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra, point the toes and tuck the chin slightly. And exhale, press the sit bones to the heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Now inhale, step the right foot forwards, keep the right knee over the right ankle. So you might need to move the foot forward ever so slightly. Now keep the left hand on the floor or even on a block as you begin to twist to the right and extend the right arm straight up. And if you have any kind of shoulder issues, you might just keep the arm down by the side, and depending on how the neck is doing, you might either look up to the hand or simply out to the side. Really juice up that back left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Both hands on either side of the foot and step back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Make sure that left knee is over the left ankle. And keep the right hand glued to the floor or even a block as you extend the left arm straight up. Either look up towards the left hand or maybe just out to the side. Really juice up that back right leg, you got it. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Just warming up the spine here. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Both hands on either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Now inhale, step the right foot forwards, lunge and look up. Exhale, step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Keep the feet separated, hip distance apart for now, and then walk the hands all the way over to the right side, and blocks underneath the hands are a good option. Allow the head to hang heavy here as you gaze underneath the left armpit. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Looking good. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Walk the hands back through center and all the way over to the left side. Head hangs heavy as you gaze underneath the right armpit. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Walk the hands back through center. Place the blocks off to the side for now if you're using them. And soften the knees as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let the head be heavy and come up last. Roll the shoulders up, open, and back. One nice thing for the shoulders is you interlace the fingers together behind you into a fist. See if you can extend the arms and maybe move the thumbs off and away from the buttocks. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Absorb the lower ribs and gaze straight ahead. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Release the grip of the hands and raise the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers into a fist and arm wrap the ears with the biceps. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, bend all the way to the right side, really stretching out the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend all the way to the left, stretching out that right side body. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. One more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the hands down and come to stand at the top of your mats as we salute this beautiful day with our sun salutations. Remember, you can modify, and we'll offer those different modifications accordingly. You want to face the sun? That's what they're for. We'll face the sun. Sometimes that's why we salute the sun. And what better day to do so? So come to stand at the top of your mat, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring the big toe mounds to touch, the inner heels to touch, and exhale the arms down by the side. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, press palms together, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, frame the feet. Inhale, step the right foot back, lunge, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, chest, and chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. Exhale, press the sit bones to the heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, lunge and look up. Exhale, left foot meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, press palms together, look up. And exhale, hands through heart center in Tadasana, left side. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, look up to the thumb. Exhale, forward fold, frame the feet. Inhale, step the left foot back, lunge and look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. And exhale, sit bones to heels. Extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward, lunge and look up. Exhale, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, press palms together, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Tadasana. Let's keep adding to that. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms forward, stand up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms around the back, clasp hands together into a fist. Both hands on either side of the feet, step the right foot back, lunge, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forwards to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. Exhale, sit bones to heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, forwards to plank pose. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Remember, you can modify by lowering the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, lunge and look up. Exhale, left foot meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms forward, stand up and arch back. Exhale, let's continue, bend the knees, sweep the arms around the back, clasp hands together into a fist. Both hands by the feet, inhale, step the left foot back, lunge, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. And exhale, sit bones to heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward, lunge, look up. Exhale, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms forward, stand up and arch back. And exhale, hands through heart center, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar A. Starting to heat up now. That's how you know it's working. Remember, you can repeat one of those first two options if need be. Exhale here, standing at the top of the mat, Tadasana. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, press palms together, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, frame the feet. Keep the hands on the floor as you inhale, lift the head into chest, prepare to jump. Exhale, step or jump back, low plank, chaturanga, or modify. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze to the navel or the toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Soften the knees. Inhale, step or float the feet to the hands, lift the head and the chest. Exhale, head down. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, press palms together, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands through heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms overhead, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, frame the feet. Inhale, lift the head and the chest, prepare. Exhale, step or float back, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forwards, pivot the back heel and raise the arms overhead, warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forwards, pivot the back heel and raise the arms straight up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now this time, step the right foot forwards, pivot the back heel, and raise the arms straight up, warrior one, and stay. Now if you've got any shoulder issues, you might lower the arms down a little bit lower, like that. And if the shoulders are all right, see if you can press the palms together, raise the arms up, depending on how the neck is doing, look up to the thumbs, or maybe just straight ahead. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Open up the arms and the hips, warrior 2. Take 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. Inhale, extend that front right leg, straightening it. And exhale, reach the right arm forward as you rest the hand down on the shin. You might take the peace fingers around the big toe, but again, you do what's possible for you today. Then inhale, extend the left arm, look up, or maybe just to the side. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Extend through both legs. Pull up on both kneecaps and thighs. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out, 5. Look down, soften the right knee, inhale, rise up, warrior 2, exhale. Now option number 1, place the right elbow on the right thigh, and then extend the left arm over the left ear. Option number 2, take the right hand to the outside edge of the foot, either onto the floor, or if you've got a nifty prop here, this is sometimes a nice option to place props under the hand if need be. 1 long line in that left side body. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Breathe in. Breathe out, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out, 5. Both hands on either side of the foot, and bring the back leg a foot closer. Square off the hips and extend the legs, and then there's props here just in case you need. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the gaze with us. And exhale, forward fold, draw the forehead to the shin. Breathe in. And breathe out, 1. See if you can keep the hips squared. Bring that right hip back slightly, that left hip forward, 2. Breathe in. Breathe out, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out, 5. Now take that left foot back just a tad and lower the left knee down. Interlace the fingers on top of that front right thigh. Inhale, raise the left arm, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist to the right. Hook the elbow on the outside of the thigh, palms together. Now option 1, just stay here with the back leg. Option 2, curl the back toes and lift that left knee off the ground. Of course, any mamas out there, we'll be twisting in the opposite direction here, just so you're not squishing that little bum inside. Yeah, this is a perfect variation. All right. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Really beef up that back left leg. Breathe out, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out, 5. Release both hands on either side of the foot and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Exhale, low plank chaturanga, or modify by lowering the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All of that again on the left side. Step the left foot forwards, pivot the back heel, and raise the arms straight up. Warrior one. Press the palms together and either look up to the thumbs or maybe straight ahead. And any shoulder issues, just like Doug was just doing there, you might just have the arms a little bit lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. One. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Four. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five. Open up the arms and the hips. Warrior two. Take one full breath in and one full breath out. Inhale, extend that front left leg, straighten it, and exhale, reach the left hand forward, hand to shin, or maybe the peace fingers around the big toe. Inhale, extend the right arm, either look up or to the side. Exhale, one. You can really reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Two. Breathe in. Pressing up. Breathe out. Three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Four. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five. Look down. Soften the left knee. Inhale. Rise all the way back up. And exhale. Bend that left knee. Warrior two. First option. Take the left elbow to the left side and extend the right arm over the right ear. One long line on that right side part. Option two, take the left hand to the outside edge of the foot, either onto the floor or maybe onto a block, or whatever prop you have. Breathe in. Breathe out. One. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Four. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five. Both hands on either side of the foot and bring that back leg a foot closer. Square off the hips by bringing that left hip forward, that right hip back. Or opposite, left hip back, that right hip forward. And option to have blocks underneath the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, draw the forehead towards the shin. Breathe in. Breathe out. One. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Four. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five. Now step that right foot back just a tad and lower the knee down. Interlace the fingers on top of that front left thigh and inhale, raise the right arm, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist to the left. Mamas, you're twisting to the right. Remember, you can stay here. Option number one, with that back knee on the floor. Or you might curl the back toes under and lift that right knee off the ground. Really juice up that back right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. One. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Four. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five. Both hands on either side of the hip. Step back, down, facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra, and let's stay here. Bring the hands a little further back so the wrists are underneath the elbows, and squeeze the elbows towards one another. Tuck the chin into the chest slightly like you're hugging an orange between the chin and the chest, and then point the toes. And if it feels all right in the low back, see if you can lift both feet off the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. If this feels like it's too much in the low back, have the tops of the feet on the ground. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. See the time on here. Do you have the time? Good. Release both. One cheek down on the floor, both hands on either side of the thighs. And just gently wag the hips from side to side.
It's 9:10.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Now bring the forehead back to center. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. And then zip up the legs, bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift head, chest, and feet off the ground. Gaze to the tip of the nose. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Release. Place the opposite cheek on the floor. Gently rock the hips side to side. Good. I have 2 options here. Mamas, obviously you're not lying down on your belly. That's not very good. So 2 options here. So bend the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of the feet. Bring the big toes to touch. This is our bow pose. Alternatively, I'll do the alternative here, just on the mat. Alternatively, we can stand up onto our knees for our Ustrasana camel pose. So wherever we are, prepare by inhale, lengthening the spine. If you're on the ground, kick the feet into the hands. And if you're up on your knees, puff up the chest, arch the head back. You might just stay here with the hands on the sacrum. Or you might reach back, take hold of the heels. Whatever's conducive for you today. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Just kicking the feet into the hands. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Release the opposite cheek. Gently rock the hips side to side. And then flip over onto the backs. A nice twist here to neutralize the spine. Just bend the right knee towards the chest as you extend the left leg out in front of you. Good. Point the foot, flex the foot a few times. Rotate at the ankle clockwise, counterclockwise a few times. Now let's prepare for this nice supine twist. Use the left hand to guide the knee as far over to the left as you can, and either look to the right or simply straight up. Keep that right shoulder absolutely anchored to the ground. Breathe in. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Inhale, come back to center, hug the knee in towards the chest. One last time. And then bend the left knee towards the chest. Hug it in nice and close as you switch sides. Point the foot, flex the foot a few times. Rotate at the ankle clockwise, counterclockwise a few times. And then use the right hand to guide the knee as far over to the right as you can. Keep the left shoulder anchored into the ground as you either look to the side or simply straight up. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. And bring that leg back to center. And then plant both feet on the ground, hip distance apart. Keep the knees bent. Tilt the pelvis first so as to elongate the spine down on the floor. And then inhale, lift lower back, middle back, upper back off the ground. Interlace the fingers together underneath you into a fist. If you have any kind of shoulder issues, you might have that block underneath the sacrum. See if you can really lift the hips up towards the sky. Draw the chest towards the chin. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Like you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Release 1 vertebrae at a time. Separate the feet quite wide, mat distance apart. Take the knees over to the right side and to the left. Let's do that one more time. Maybe a slightly different variation here. If it is in your practice to do your full wheel or Jivamukti, I invite you to do that. Otherwise, you might repeat what we just did, or maybe try this version. Lift the lower back, middle back, upper back off the ground. Lift up onto the tippy toes first and slot the hands underneath the waist, underneath the hips. Once the hands are placed, re-flatten the feet back down. If this is too much in the wrists, come back to that first option. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Slowly release 1 vertebrae at a time. Gently bend the knees towards the chest. Do a mini figure of 8 movement here, massaging and neutralizing the spine. Maybe even lift the head off the ground, draw the nose up towards the knees. And then take your time to roll all the way over onto the right side. Use your arm or some sort of prop underneath the head. Curl up into this nice fetal position here. Just a really nice way of neutralizing the spine. And then take your time to return into your downward, or into your child's pose. I jumped a bit. Missed that there. Child's pose. Just for a few moments. And if you've got any kind of knee issues, sometimes rolling up something like a blanket or a towel in behind the knees is a really nice thing to do just to take some of that pressure out of the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Now lift the sit bones high enough to touch the toes and extend back and up into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. And exhale, press the sit bones to the heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Now walk, step, or jump the feet through the hands as you take a seat. And extend the legs out in front of you. Place the hands on the floor by the hips as you roll the shoulders up, open, and back. Lengthen through the spine, engage to the tip of the toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Maybe only forward fold an inch or 2, taking hold of the shins. Maybe eventually the outside edges of the feet. But maintain that same integrity in the length of the spine. So even if that means being a little higher, that would be a good call. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, imagining that your forehead is coming towards your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5 to 10. Breathe in. Breathe out. 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. Breathe in. Breathe out. 9. Breathe in. Breathe out. 10. Inhale, rise all the way back. Bend the knees, either cross at the ankles and step back, or maybe just sweep the legs back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into low cobra. Exhale, sit bones to heels, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank pose. And exhale, lower all the way down onto the abdomen. Turn over onto the back. I'm actually just going to grab one of these. If you've got some blankets at home or maybe a pillow, sometimes it's nice to have a blanket underneath the sacrum. So just like Doug's doing here, bend the knees and lift the lower back and middle back off the ground. Make sure that you have a nice little prop underneath the sacrum. Sometimes it's nice to just prop up the kidneys a little bit higher, but of course if you don't have anything, it's okay, you don't need it. But it's there just in case. Now bend the knees towards the chest and extend the legs straight up. See if you can stack the ankles over the knees, over the hips. Now if this is difficult, you might take hold of the backs of the thighs for these moments. Good. Or if the legs are, if you're able to keep the legs there without too much strain, just like this, you might rest the arms down by the sides. Now, sometimes this is nice to do against a wall, sometimes with a partner, against a tree. A minimum of 2 minutes here. Vipariti Karani, we call it, waterfall pose. Before we continue on our way, let's breathe these final 5 breaths together before moving on to anything else. Exhale here, wherever you may be. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. Bend the knees towards the chest. plant the feet down on the floor, and you might just lift the hips high enough to move that blanket down towards the knees. So just a little bit lower. Yeah, got it. And if perchance you have another blanket. There we go. Have another one here. Sometimes it's nice to place it underneath the head. Beautiful day today, so we don't really want to cover your eyes, but sometimes it is nice to cover the eyes. Release the control of that ujjayi breath. Taking a full breath in through the nose and exhaling back out through the mouth. Once again, taking a full breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Now try this. Take a full breath in through the nose. Hold the breath in. Make fists with your hands. Your feet go super rigid. Tense up your body. Screw up your face. And when you can't hold it anymore, exhale, release. And during these few moments in Shavasana, I want to share with you this piece from a book called Moon Mysteries on this beautiful full moon today. The body and mind are entirely connected. We cannot experience change on one level and not on the other. For centuries, people all over the world in all different cultures have known the importance of acknowledging this body-soul connection. In ancient times, there were ceremonies and rituals constructed by the elders to support people through the highs and lows of this powerful experience. The cyclical experience of the menstrual cycle gives women the ability to comprehend the cycle of death and rebirth from a very young age. It is a kind of wisdom that is both conscious and unconscious, but always present. Each time women bleed, we experience a mini death. There is a loss, a letting go that happens in the body and also in the psyche. It is important for all people to acknowledge this. Without the recognition of the cycle of life, death, rebirth, there can be no transformation, no true progression grounded in nature for the human species. In other words, there is much wisdom to be found in contemplating the cycles of death and rebirth. By doing so, we can transform our suffering into compassion, and we can evolve. When we recognize the ever-changing human condition as part of being alive, we struggle less and surrender more. We find acceptance and peace. Each month that women menstruate, we have an opportunity to remember this. By respecting and acknowledging those darker parts of our feminine experience, those parts that beg us to look at the mud of our humanness, we can then see better who we are. Pain is inevitable. If you are a human being, you are going to experience pain. You are going to bump up against parts of yourself that you don't like, and that is okay. This is the nature of living. It's not something we can get away from. What we do, though, as a very wise friend said many times over the years, is we can choose to relate to our suffering differently. The New Age notion that life is sweetness and light all the time does not take into account the whole picture of living. Life is not always peaceful and easy. You don't need an expert to tell you this. If you've been living at all, then you know beyond the shadow of doubt that the truth of being human is that it can hurt, both a little and a lot. If you are alive, you will also experience grief and loss, rage and fear, frustration and pain. Our suggestion then is to have compassion. Find a way to put your arms around yourself, even those parts of you that you hate, that could be better, that are not enough. The totality of all that you are is what makes you whole. It is what makes you an authentic person, living an authentic and honest life. The journey may not be easy. It almost never is, but it's certainly worth the effort. If it means we might learn to love ourselves a little bit more. If we can love ourselves more, our children will do the same, and the children that come after them. So walk into yourselves. Take a journey into your own wild depths. Get muddy even. Climb the hills and run down the valleys of your psyche until you feel your soul's heart beating and you can remember it. You can remember who it is that you really are. Allow yourself to take a beautiful breath in and exhale all the air out of the lungs. Do that a few more times. Just gradually bringing your awareness back to the breath. Taking your time to reintroduce some small movement back into the hands and into the feet, wiggling the fingers and the toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. A really nice long stretch as you extend the arms up overhead, stretching the right side body, left side body, and then bend the knees towards the chest. Roll all the way over onto the right side. And take your time in that fetal position for a few more moments. Only when you feel ready to do so, lift all the way back up into a nice upright seated position. Let us finish the same way we have begun, with that beautiful sound of Om, and one final closing mantra from the Vedic Shanti mantras. So with that, close the eyes and press the palms of the hands together in front of heart center. Take a full breath into Om.
Swasti Prajabhayam
Paripalayantan Nayena Margena Mahim Shaham Go Brahmanepyaha Shubhamastu Nityan Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu Sarve jana Sukhino bhavantu Samasta Sanmangalani santu Loka kalyana Samvritti rastu Vishvashanti rastu Om Shanti 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 Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. You all have the most beautiful and blessed rest of your days, wherever in the world you may be. Thank you so much for dedicating this time, spending with all of us. It truly is a blessing, and I look forward to the next time we meet. And I'm sure the next time we are able to finally gather for Base Coast, the music will be that much wilder, the hugs will be that much sweeter, and we're truly looking forward to whenever that may be. Until then, take care of one another. Namaste. Woo-hoo. Good job. What you got?
That was beautiful.
Ah, thanks, Liz. That was so nice.